So we got the plants, so we're gonna start planting the 90p today, and I'm not gonna show you guys me planting, because I'll probably do separate videos on certain plants in this collection. But I'll show you guys every time I do plant something, and kind of give you guys short clips of everything, and then obviously I'll show you guys the final product in the end with it all filled up too. And so yeah, I'll run through the plants once I get finished, but I'll kind of plan some stuff. I'll start chopping stuff up, and then I'll kind of give you guys updates as I go along. Okay, so this is the first update. So I got all the back plants. Well, not really, just the middle back plants. I still got two sides to plant, but I got the two backs planted. Doesn't look like much right now. I kind of had to get a mix of tissue. Well, 90% of it's tissue cultured, and it kind of sucked because the back half, two of them I was able to get tissue culture, and two of them I wasn't. So I kind of had to. It does kind of suck, but it'll once it all grows, it'll look just as good as it. But right now, it will look ugly until it starts growing. This don't look too bad. It looks all weird because it looks all ugly right now, but it's just because it's all over the place. But this is two mixtures. So this is Rotella macrania. I don't know if that's actually how you pronounce it, but that's the butterfly red mini version, which is right here. And then we got Rotella HRA mixed in between it. So there's going to be two different reds mixed, and then two different greens mixed back here. So one of them's Rotella rofundia, and the other one's the green version of the Macarania. And I know I'm saying that so wrong, but so we got the red version and green version on here, which I was just gonna do those two, but I thought I might try out mixing some plants that look similar. So the the Rotella, it was supposed to go. Where was it supposed to go? I think I was gonna actually plant it somewhere over here, or maybe over there. I wasn't sure. I forget why I even ordered it, but I was like, screw it. Because the other plant that was supposed to go in between here, I think it was just, forget what. Blanking out what I actually had planned at first behind there, but basically I just replaced it with the regular Rotella, and I mixed those two, which they already looks really similar, but kind of a mess right now. But once they start growing, it'll look good. But right now it's not in the best state. But that's the two backs, and then I'll start working on the sides. But so yeah, I think the next plan would be, I think I'm gonna I have some pearl weed that's gonna go over here, because I think that'll look really good as a bush over there. So I got some that I'll plant over there, and then I got, now that I replaced it with that, I'm probably gonna do the bonsai, the Rotella bonsai over here. Well, it was originally already gonna go over here, but I might plant it a little more farther back too, because the Rekaniki red mini is gonna go along here. And until I learn all these names, I'm going to say them all wrong in this video, because a lot of them have long names and they're not exactly the easiest to pronounce, at least to me. So yeah, I'll work on the rest of the background plants, and then I'll give you guys a little update. So I want to show you real quick. So I got the Pro Weed back. Again, doesn't look great because I didn't get it in tissue culture because they didn't have any. This whole Corona thing right now is kind of messed up every plant website, so it's kind of hard to get really anything, especially in tissue cultured. Potted wise, you can get anything, honestly. It's just the tissue cultured that's messing them up. But again, doesn't look great. But I mean, it's such an easy plant. Once C2 starts going, we fill this thing up, this thing's gonna grow instantly, and then I'll probably have to trim it and replant it real quick, so we can start really making that bush full. But you can see it's just real long stems, so I just had to, it's kind of just all over the place because it's really long stems. But we'll just have to let it kind of grow, and then as it gets taller, I'll just have to already trim it and replant a bunch, because I kind of want to fill this whole area. And you can see I wasn't able to do that. But so yeah, we got you can see all the background But you can see it's gonna look really good once it actually, especially all the rest of these plants are gonna look really good from the start. But the background plants, once they start filling in, they'll look really good. But you see, we got all that. I really don't, this I'm okay with this. I just don't know how that's all gonna work out with those reds. I'm not worried about them. I'm not worried about the color or anything. It's just if they're gonna grow or melt on me. I don't know. But I'm just questioning them. I don't even know if I was questioning the plants actually because some of them weren't labeled, and so I don't. I'm hoping that that is the red mini, but it was some of the leaves were already red, so I'm assuming, and nothing else was, so it had to be. But so I figured over here, I was kind of looking at, and I realized really I don't, so I'll have to use the Rotella bonsai. I'll just see where I get with it. The other plant will go beside this rock, and then I'll see just, you guys will see it in the video, but I'll see what I come up with, and I'll give you guys an update then. Wanted to show this real quick. Look how good, look how cool the color of that plant is. That's the one I couldn't pronounce earlier. But just look how vibrant that is. It didn't look very vibrant in the cup, and then I cut it open. I cut it into pieces, man. That's bright. It's almost purple. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Those will go on the side of that rock, so basically just follow this rock. As far as I can take it, I mean, I'm dividing into pieces, but at the same time, I don't want to make a million pieces. So just enough to where, as long as it gets over here, I'm fine. But that will go along the edge, and then the bonsai will go right behind it as a background plant. Okay, so got that planted. That that bonsai actually went pretty far than I thought. I could keep going up. I do have a few more, and I might just put it in the center because I don't want to get too far carried away. I just want to see how everything grows first before I get crazy because I really don't want this to mix in there because this rotella is a lot different. It's really different than any other plant in here, so it's kind of the oddball, but I do like it when it fully grows. It's just a really straight plant. It doesn't get all crazy and go different directions. It just, as you know, it just grows literally straight up, and it's like literally a stick. So, and I just thought that looked really cool, just having a straight up. It just, I don't know. I just thought it looked really cool like that, having a straight up plant like that, and then having these in the front, kind of like like these will be a little bit taller than those. I like to call them red S repens because that's basically what they are. There's red S repens, but those will be about half the height. So they'll be pretty high. They'll probably be like 2 inches high, and then that bonsai will just grow like maybe about whatever, double whatever that height is. So maybe 4 inches. You know, just keep it real low, but keep it higher than that over there. So it's like almost 2 layers. So it gives a sense of depth too, and depending how this grows back here, this will definitely grow over to here, and I'll kind of. It just depends. I have to see how everything grows. I don't have all the answers. I don't know how a plant's gonna grow, so we just have to see how it reacts. But yeah, I just have to keep watering everything down, keeping everything real moist, especially some of these. Yeah, some of these it just doesn't look great, but it's just kind of I mean it's the start of a tank. It's what's expected. But like this over here looks really good. I'll plant it up. It already looks good before it even grows. But once we get up the boost and all that, and then the Monte Carlo still, that's gonna become a pain. Not so much a pain, but Monte Carlo can be kind of give you some trouble sometimes. But with this finer soil with the 88 powder, it should be fine. But so I guess I'll move my direction over here and get the S repens. That's all. That's gonna be over here is the bush of S repens, and yeah, then it'll be the Monte Carlo. But I'll show you guys the S repens before I do the Monte Carlo, and then I'll do another update. But I'll see you guys in the next clip. So I got the bush of S repens in. Kind of sucked because I didn't realize all these rocks are real big, and a lot of them I covered up with soil, so they actually appear smaller than what they really are. So there's actually a rock like right under where these S repens need to be planted. So that kind of really sucked. But I'm hoping they'll stay hold. They'll be fine once they root, but they're just not. There's just a rock right there, so it's kind of I can't plant it real deep. So I'm just hoping that they at least hold. But yeah, not as much as I wanted because I honestly wanted to fill this whole area, but I'll just put the Monte Carlo. I kind of wanted to step back over here, but again, once it grows, we can propagate it and cut it and replant it. But I just kind of wanted to fill as much space we could at first, but it's whatever. But so next I'll do all the Monte Carlo, so that'll basically just cover everything. Everything that's open up right now will be covered with Monte Carlo basically. So around here, here, all this, down this path down here, and then all this over here. Whatever's open left will be Monte Carlo. So I'll see you on the next clip when I plant the Monte Carlo. So I kept going. I didn't want the video to be too long, so I kind of went ahead and just finished the whole thing. And so the Monte Carlo I got all planted, barely almost had enough. Honestly, 2 was enough, but 3 would have been better because I could have more densely planted. But I just got it. I mean, it's enough for what I'm doing. It'll grow, but down here I made sure I got pretty densely because obviously I want that to cover up. I want the ADA to cover up pretty fast because I don't want anything. Because the ADA with, well, I take that back. Without really fish, it makes a difference because they're not kicking up the ADA like I did in my last tank, which sucked because I left a lot of ADA exposed, so that made a mess in the filter. But this tank shouldn't be as bad. Actually, it shouldn't be at all. Once these plants start growing in and the roots start all connecting, it ain't gonna kick up. But and plus there won't be fish in here for. I have to get the fish in the 20-gallon out into here, but those fish aren't gonna do anything. And the auto singles aren't gonna do anything either. It was mainly my bristlenose that would do stuff like that, and yeah, I think that was the only fish that really did damage, and that was, so it should be fine. But I got that. Yeah, I wish I could have got more down here. It kind of sucks, but I just kind of planned what I could. I wish I would have went more. I definitely budgeted for 3 cups at first, and then I was like, I don't think there'll be enough. There won't be much space once I get all the stems in, which there wasn't, but it just didn't go very far. So, but the only area I'm concerned about is right here. That's it. Everything else is pretty. It'll do. But the S-Repens, I'm hoping a lot of this will stay. The S-Repens are the only ones I'm really concerned about pulling up, but if we need to, we'll just have to replant it once it gets filled up. But once I actually get to a certain level of height in the water, it should already start popping up. But obviously, once the more water we fill, the more pressure it's gonna put on those plants to pull back up. But if we have to, I just don't want to get my hand in the tank unless I don't have to. But if we have to fix it, that's what it is. So, and then the boost, I think this is a red type, so it just gets like a little bit of hue of like bronze. You can see it gets like kind of a red, but it stays mostly, that boost color, that dark green kind of thing. But it just gets kind of like a bronze, so it doesn't really get red, but it kind of has a tint of red. But I got all those planted. Looks pretty good. I didn't want to put one right there. It started to look too much already. Like with this big one, I think it still looks pretty good, but I think it was getting a little too much. I think I could have definitely mixed it up, like did some Anubias too, like maybe Anubias, a Pete, something just real small that can go good with this. But I think it's fine. But what I'm thinking, I don't know about that. I was thinking maybe eventually we can get just 1 cup of dwarf hairgrass and just kind of plant maybe just around the outside of these rocks, just little spots, not so it's carpets, but mainly just so to have something, so we'll just keep it trimmed and keep it from carpeting. But I don't think I'll do that. I kind of just want to leave this thing alone. I don't want anything growing in it, even though we could if we wanted to. But so yeah, like I said, I got all these in all the places I wanted, all the main places. This out here, that might have been a too big of a one to put out here, but I had it, so right there. And then, but I don't know, I do like it, but I think I probably went a little too much with it, but we'll see how it is. I think it looks fine. So we got all the tank planted, so from far distance it looks really good. The red looks real nice, everything looks real nice. But yeah, we'll just fill up this tank, and I don't think I'll show that in this video. I think I'm gonna keep that for another video. So this is already probably a 15-minute video. So if you stayed this long, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. But if you have any questions, or if you want to know any of the plants, if you didn't hear what some of the plants were, definitely ask me down below. Or if you have any questions about planting anything, definitely let me know too. Follow me on Instagram, JJ Aquariums. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one.